At the moment, there's over 3,000 Ukrainian people, and that's a huge influx. And I see a lot of reports now about, we don't have accommodation for our tourists. I've been saying it since last September. And then in January, they were saying, yeah, we're going to have a plan. Now we're into April. Coming into April, there is no plan.
Ukrainians didn't have a choice to be there. We was sent it like Christmas shoeboxes in Killarney or different area, different towns and villages, and it wasn't our choice.
For every 100 hotel rooms, it's 30 jobs. You know, the sort of Derrynane hotel is closed. There's no accommodation around the ring in Kerry.
In Kerry, there's 11,700 jobs involved in tourism. Ukrainians can't go back to where they are right now. Those that have got here, hopefully they're well settled in the Killarney and they're being looked after. Can we take any more? I don't actually think so, without affecting the tourist trade.
I was born in Crimea. In 2022, I arrived in Killarney. We are living in a hotel, and I'm really grateful to government, and I'm really grateful to staff in this hotel. Of course, that Ukrainians want to return home, and some people actually returned. But I think Ukrainians mostly comfortable because of really warm local community. Local people are amazing.
They're more than welcome, and we love having them. But we have to coexist. So you can't just bring 1,000 people and just leave them in Killarney. Like, you have to have services.
It's a beautiful place. I love it. It's very small, but it's very good to live in a good hotel. But maybe a month, maybe two, maybe half of the year. But for 1 year, sorry. I tried to find flat, but in Killarney it's nearly 2,000 per month, and you can't find here anything.
At the moment, as far as I know, there's 11 houses being built in Killarney right now, and 4 of them are already sold before they even put the roof on it. So there is nothing available for rent.
We've 39 hotels in Killarney. There's probably 3, maybe 4 of them occupied with Ukrainian people, which is like they find themselves in the most unfortunate situation. But our doors are still open. We do have accommodation available in Killarney. I think July occupancy will be about 67, 68% right now. There's another, 23% there that's not filled. But it might not be the night you want, or it might be the night of the races.
You know, and it's mostly the lower end of the market is gone. The hostels are all closed. The 3 stars hotels are closed. Every 1,000 hotel rooms is still a lot. You multiply it by 100 days of summer, it's 100,000 people didn't walk up the street, didn't go to buy a pint in the local pub, didn't buy a souvenir in the local shop. You know, the footfall isn't there. It's been a lot quieter.
And I don't blame a hotelier. If I had a 100-bedroom hotel, I'd have filled it last year as well, because the money that was there to be made was insane. It was absolutely insane. So I don't blame anybody. And all the staff issues were gone. You put 1 person on the door, you put 6 people of security in it, and 2 people helping to clean up the rooms. That's all you need. You don't need 50, 80, 100 staff. So it was a huge incentive for hotels and accommodation providers to take them. I don't blame them in the slightest. I'd have done the exact same.
It's money they're doing it for. It's greed. It's just this huge money being thrown at hotels. But there's a knock-on effect to all of this down the line. It affects our footfall isn't there. And I know it's a humanitarian crisis, but we need the hotels to get back to being what they're supposed to be doing and providing tourist accommodation.
We don't have the accommodation, and when people turn around and say, look, we've genuine concerns for our own homelessness that we're not doing anything, that's a fair comment. It's not a racist comment, it's a fair comment to say, how are we able to help 80,000 people when we couldn't help 10, 11, 12,000 of our own homelessness? There's no easy solution, don't get me wrong. I'm not the guy who's going to turn around and say, look, government are useless and if they just copped on to it, there's no easy solution. However, they got to take responsibility and accountability for mistakes that they made. And whilst the government are trying to come out with tactics of us to blame each other and fight amongst each other, the reality of it is they're to blame, full stop. I'm trying to be optimistic. As I said, 3 years of doom and gloom, I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible, but you can tell, you can tell if it's going to be a strong season. And at the moment, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 as to how we're looking.
I would imagine the people that are here are here and they're settled. Can they go out and get work? They probably can in Killarney. But what you've got to look at is the doctor spaces. Like, the doctors are full, you can't get a doctor in Killarney. The schools are probably now at their limit. They're maxed out on how many they can take. So it needs to be an overall plan from the government. You know, they're in trouble now, because where are the people going to go?
I got a job nearly 4 months ago. After 2 weeks, my father died in Ukraine. Next day, go to work. He'll be still alive because this fucking war. My father died. It's my pain, and I understand it's only depends about this fucking war.